Hello and welcome to another one of my tying videos. In this particular video we're going to be looking at a Hi-Viz Griffith Gnat, and there's absolutely no reason why this pattern shouldn't be in anyone's fly box. Yeah, it's just one of those patterns that everyone should have. For the most part on the rivers I'll fish them from a size 16 in the larger size, 18s and 20s, and it's just a super simple pattern to tie that gets the job done time and time again. So in terms of materials, again it's a fairly simple fly. So the thread that I'll be using is the uni thread in 8/0. Because this is the Hi-Viz version, I'll be using some fluorescent yellow Antron. Like I say, if you've basically got better eyesight than myself, you don't think you need that, then you just omit that when tying the pattern. For me, it just helps me to locate it, especially in the smaller sizes. Obviously, when it's moving through the current on the river. A few strands of Peacock Herl and a Hackle. Okay. Now I use a saddle just for ease for myself, because obviously the hackle length, fibre length on the hackle are fairly uniform, and it just means that as soon as I've finished tying the particular pattern, I can move on and get another one tied. So like I say, generally speaking, 16s down to 20s for this. In the vise I have gone for a size 14 just to hopefully make it a little bit easier to see. Like I say, with this pattern there's just a few little tweaks that I will do. Okay, so I'm obviously going to catch on. The first thing that I will do though is when I catch on is I'll give myself quite a tag. Okay, and this is going to form a rib to the actual pattern. So catch it on just a few mil behind the eye, and we'll take that back about another 5mm, and then we'll add in our sighter. So like I say, I like to use this Antron because it's fairly easy to see. Like I say, smaller patterns I'll normally halve the diameter of this, and then like I say, from one length you've got enough then to do a couple of flies. So grab that, and if my tag end, which will form my ribbers, got caught round the bobbin, so I'll get that out of the way. Obviously if you've got material clip, you can right round here, you can use it in there. Okay, so we're just gonna tie it in with a pinch and loop, a couple of turns, just secure it on top, a few wraps to get it secured, and then we can come in and cut that. That's our waist gone. We'll carry on down to our tying point for our hackle and our peacock. So first thing that we'll tie in is the hackle. Okay, so as we tie it in, we just want to look to remove a few of the fibres just so we've got that tying point. And for me, I'll make sure that when I tie it in, I've just got a small length of the stripped stem showing out the back, and I'll show you why when obviously I come to that. It just makes tying that hackle on a little bit easier. The first couple of turns of the hackle just sit much nicer than if you hadn't got that. A couple of fibres from the Peacock Herl, they get caught in, and then we start to take our thread back up. Now as you're coming back up, if you've got a few sections of the Peacock Herl that are just coming through, we can get rid of those. That one's being a bit stubborn. Take it back. Mind the hands. There we go, finally. Okay, and then when we come in front of the post, we'll just take a few turns in front just to set it to 90 degrees to the shank of the hook. we'll take it back up. And if we roll that between our thumb and forefinger, it should then stay up the fibre, shouldn't splay too much. So first thing we're going to do is bring our Peacock Herl up, create our body. So just touching turns, working our way back up the hook shank. And then when we get to the post there, we just hold that back, and then like I say, the Peacock Herl will just keep that at a 90-degree angle for us. Then secure those fibres, just a couple of turns, just secure it, and then trim them away. And like I say, there's plenty of material there to tie up another few. So like I say, with the Hackle, I have left myself just a few millimetres of bare stem, and all that allows me to do is when I take that first wrap, it allows the Hackle to actually, the first kind of turn to actually not get trapped. So we'll bring that up. We'll keep bringing those forward, slightly open turns, and be able to get one more behind in front of the post. To the eye of the hook, and then we can trap that with a couple of turns. Come in. Again, make sure that we've moved our thread out of the way so we don't snip our thread. Take that off, and like I say, with the saddle, I've got plenty of Hackle there to keep going. I'll just brush those fibres back, just a few turns to make sure that's secured. And then, like I say, with this tying thread that I use, it just gives me a little bit more security with the fly. So we just wiggle it our way through the fibres. Try not to trap too many. It's inevitable that you will trap a few, but obviously we don't catch too many. And then we'll just secure that with a few turns. Get rid of that. And then what I like to do is sweep everything back out of the way, just to try and neaten that head up a little bit. And then we can come in with our whip finish. So with these flies, I'll add a 3-turn whip finish because I don't like the heads to be too heavy on them. Okay, take our thread off. And then what I will do is I'll come back to my post, and obviously this is personal choice, but I'll take mine to the length of the hackles there. If you then stroke your fibres forward, okay, there is your finished fly. Now what I will do is I'll tie them up like this, and I'll put them straight into the box as that fly is there. When I'm out on the water with a full hackle, it actually allows the fly to kind of have a bit more of a natural movement and kind of skate across the surface a little better. If I feel that I need that fly just to bed into the surface a little bit more, what I'll do on the water is I'll come in with a pair of scissors and I will take the bottom section of that hackle off, which obviously comes underneath the bottom of the hook there, and that just allows the fly just to sit into that surface film a little bit more. Like I say, it's something that you'd want to do on the water if need be, but hopefully you'll get a few of those tied up, and obviously like I say, you can change the post colours to something that suits you, or if you feel you don't need it, then obviously you don't need to tie that in, but it just gives you that little bit more help on the water, I suppose, just to be able to spot your fly. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. Hope you get a few tied up in the box. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. All the best.